This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Olivo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. I'm Ty Higgins. New and now at ohioagnet.com. As another crop year comes to an end in Brazil, planting for the 25-26 season is now underway in the southern hemisphere, while U.S. farmers wrap up their own harvests here at home. Despite months marked by conflicting information and intense weather speculation, Brazil's 24-25 crop ultimately delivered a remarkably positive outcome. You can read the first South American agriculture update of the season online now at ohioagnet.com. Joel checks in with one of the most detailed and eye-opening breakdowns of global trade we've shared to date.
At this year's Agricultural Outlook and Policy Conference held at The Ohio State University that took place on Tuesday, global trade front and center. Dr. Ian Sheldon says farmers should brace for continued uncertainty, but made a pretty bold prediction regarding a coming Supreme Court tariff decision.
Having listened to the oral arguments, having seen what legal experts have been saying, I would now suggest that I think there'll be a 5-4 ruling by the justices against the tariffs. That would be 3 of what you might call the more liberal members of the Supreme Court bench, and probably Justice Roberts, the Supreme Court the chair, if you like, of the Supreme Court, and Justice Coney Barrett. And that they will also say that in their ruling, you can't use these tariffs going forward, but you don't have to return the tariff revenue that's been raised so far. And I mention that because I think that is going to be a very tricky legal issue.
So if tariffs are struck down, what does that situation look like?
The problem with them turning down what the administration is arguing is it will lead to more uncertainty about trade policy. And I think it's likely that the president and the administration will return to using the tariffs that they mostly used in 2018, 2019, which is 201, 232, and 301. And essentially, these are the tariffs that can be put in place because of national security issues, excessive imports. So the national security tariffs were applied to aluminum and steel. Sudden burst of imports was applied to washing machines and solar panels. And then 301 tariffs were applied mostly against China because China was breaking its commitments under the WTO, according to the administration.
That's part of a much larger conversation where we cover a variety of topics, including Brazil's growing competitiveness, China's political targeting of U.S. ag, and much, much more. You can watch the full deep dive video online at ohioagnet.com today. I'm Joel Norwood reporting.
Thank you, Joel. Let's get a rundown of the forecast now with Ryan Martin, brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com.
Tomorrow is going to be a day that sees clouds increase in the southwestern parts of the state closer to sunset. And then Friday is interesting. It's a north versus south setup where we see showers working across Ohio from I-70 southward. I think we can see 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of precipitation there. Just on again, off again clouds, and even some sunshine up north for Friday in Ohio. Saturday starts the same way, but clouds dissipate and moisture dissipates in the southern part of the state, and we turn out dry everywhere for Saturday night through Sunday. Monday, Tuesday of next week also starting nicely with warm temperatures and decent sunshine, clouds increasing Tuesday afternoon. Overnight Tuesday night through Wednesday, a frontal boundary comes through, brings a good chance of rain ahead of our Thanksgiving holiday, but it turns cold for Thanksgiving itself. I'm Ryan Martin.
Back with the markets after this on the Ohio AgNet.
When you're buying seed, there's more to a transaction than money. You're exchanging time and trust, hoping each decision adds up at harvest. Seed consultant sales professionals don't take that lightly. With products made to excel in the Eastern Corn Belt and agronomic knowledge that stands up to the test, we're all about the same things you are: reliability and results. Buy into a better seed experience. Visit seedconsultants.com to view our corn and soybean lineup.
Attention farmers, Jim and Jody Johnson are retiring and their premium equipment is heading to Purple Wave's December 30th Ag Auction. Don't miss their 2024 John Deere ExactEmerge 1775 NT Planter and 2019 John Deere S760 Combine. This retirement auction features well-maintained machinery that's been part of a successful farming operation with equipment located in Osage, Iowa. Everything sells. Absolute no reserve to the highest bidder. Visit purplewave.com for details. Purple Wave Auction, straight, simple, sold.
Midday midday markets on the Ohio AgNet on the way after we check in with some news behind the numbers. Here's Ryan Metzger.
With the government now open, we have started to see the backlog of USDA data get released. We are also now getting our announced flash sales released every morning. Despite U.S. FOB prices being offered more than $1 a metric ton more than Brazil for nearby shipment and $17 per metric ton more than Brazil for January shipment, China is buying U.S. soybeans to the tune of 2.3 million metric tons. Please visit our website at licemercantile.com to learn more about our crop insurance, grain marketing program, and brokerage services.
Thank you, Ryan. December corn down a nickel at midday, 4.31 3/4. January soybeans off 10 1/4 at 11.43, and July wheat down 6 1/4 at 5.71 1/4. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. December live cattle down 195 at 218.07. December lean hogs 79.45 up 155, and Jan feeders down 1/4 at 325.80. For the Ohio AgNet, I'm Ty Higgins reporting.